Am I the asshole for not supporting my roommate financially for breaking my fast as a joke? English isn't my first language, so sorry in advance. Also throwaway cause we are friends with my other roommate on my normal account. Also English isn't my first language. And #X200B. So for context, I, 19M, live in a 3+1 house with 2 other roommates as I'm going to college. I have some savings, so I pay most of the rent for one of my roommates, P, 21. So on to the story. I am Muslim and I do fast during Ramadan. I also do the cooking in the house. On Saturday, I was cooking the dishes as I always did, and I asked my roommate P what's the time, and he purposefully told me the time was 10 minutes later than it actually was. So assuming I could open my fast, I tasted the shrimp I was cooking cause they were P's fav and I wanted to do something for him. And #X200B. After that he bursts into laughter, telling me the real time and laughing with a hug gotcha face. I got mad, told him he could finish making dinner and from now on pay his own rent. I do think not helping him with rent when he is struggling financially might be an asshole move though. So Reddit, am I the asshole for no longer wanting to help my friend after he pulled a cruel joke on me? Not the asshole, but you are being taken advantage of. Stop paying his rent, full stop. Not the asshole. You're paying his rent, so he better worship the ground you walk on and make your life easier, not harder. That joke is disrespectful. Not the asshole. Why are you paying another man's rent is beyond me. Also, he should be doing something nice for you and not the other way round. You sound nice but definitely gullible and naive. Be careful out there. Not the asshole, but your roommate sure is, and ungrateful to boot. People who pull this BS gotcha, with other folks' religious requirements, allergies, vegan or vegetarian, et al. Are terrible. It's a cruel thing to do, it's not funny, and in some cases, particularly those who have food allergies, it can be dangerous. Let this be a hard lesson learned for him. If he gets evicted, not your problem. But lock up your expensive stuff if you have any, so he can't steal and sell it once crunch time hits for him. Info. Why are you paying rent for your roommate? Don't worry, op. Your fast doesn't broken, because you genuinely don't know about the time and someone purposefully sabotaging it. Just act like you forgot you're fasting and accidentally drink water. You know the rules, and so do I. Info. Why on earth are you paying his rent? Not the asshole, massive breach of trust and a dick move, plus you never had a moral obligation to pay for his rent. Fuck with the piggy bank, it might just leave. Not the asshole. I don't care who you are, doing jokes like that is a huge move. It's disrespectful and just wrong, especially since you're helping him pay his part of rent and cooking for them. Not the asshole. What he did was incredibly disrespectful. Info. Why are you paying his rent in the first place? NTA, I'm sorry brother. I'm a Muslim, too. Inshallah your fasting is still accepted because you didn't know. Not the asshole. You did a nice thing for him by covering his rent, and then he decides to be an asshole by disrespecting you. Actions have consequences. Not the asshole, you need a new friend. He doesn't respect you or your beliefs. I'm sorry he tricked you into breaking your fast. Sad face. He needs to find a new person to leech off of. Not the asshole. Definitely not the asshole. You were supporting P by cooking for him, paying his rent, and that's what he does in return. He's the asshole, not you. Not the asshole. That is extremely disrespectful. You wouldn't sabotage someone's allergies or their diets, right? Same deal here. And like, dude, stop being a doormat. You guys are both adults, let roommate act like one. Stop supporting him financially and cooking for him. This is where you draw a really hard boundary. Not the asshole, what he did was purposefully cruel and disrespectful. It's not your fault he's struggling financially, you have no obligation to pay for him. Your roommate played a stupid game and won a stupid prize which he is now mad about, but someday you have to learn that actions have consequences. Please don't give in to his guilt-tripping and go back to paying for him. He has showed his true colors and doesn't deserve a penny from you. Not the asshole. You do not need a reason to not give your money to this roommate, but he has given you one hell of a reason to never give him a penny again. Not the asshole. Why are you doing so much for this guy? paying his rent and cooking his dinner. No wonder he doesn't respect you. You're his caretaker. Not the asshole. You are doing too much for him. Stop paying his rent. He doesn't respect you and doesn't care about your religion. Cook for yourself and take a break from this friend. Emo. What he did was awful enough that I think you should reconsider your friendship. Not the asshole. Whilst I don't believe in religion, I don't think that was a joke. No matter what your reason for doing anything, nobody should fuck you over. In my book, that's the same as slipping you acid or LSD. Not cool. Also, Ramadan is hardcore fair play to ya for doing it. I was raised Catholic and we only had to give up chocolate or whatever for Lent, 40 days, but was rewarded with a fuckload of Easter eggs. Not the asshole. Religious persecution is no joke. He needs to learn what he did is serious and extremely disrespectful. Even if it seems like no big deal to him, he has no right. And since you have been doing him a huge kindness and been very generous, to pay you back with disrespect means he no longer deserves the extra help. He must learn this lesson, and if you don't stop helping him, you are encouraging him to be the not the asshole. Heck, I think you're the asshole to yourself for paying this guy's rent in the first place. Either way, your friend bit the hand that fed him. Stupid games, stupid prizes and all that. Not the asshole. Don't do P any more favors. But why are you helping P anyway? Breaking a fast is a big deal. He might have forced you to redo the day. He also showed you very little respect and made fun of your religion like it's a quirk. Not the asshole. Hope he learned his lesson and starts paying for his own things and cook for himself. Literally biting the hand that cooks, feeds, and pays for the roof over his head. Not the asshole. Op. Not the asshole. You don't have any obligation to pay this guy's rent anyway. Stop paying immediately and use your savings for yourself, even if your first expense is moving somewhere on your own. Someone who is willing to lie to you and disrespect your beliefs is clearly not someone who values your friendship. You have no reason to pay his rent, and the silver lining here is that you now have a reason to stop financially supporting him. I know you're being kind and caring, but you are being taken advantage of. You're paying someone else's rent and doing the cooking. Real friends would appreciate your kindness, but in this situation you're being taken advantage of. It is a hard lesson to learn, and it hurts. But this is your opportunity to change things and stand up for yourself. P's rent is his responsibility, not yours. P should learn a valuable lesson here. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. His idiotic prank has cost him, as it should. Not the asshole. You were never P's friend. Sorry. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. But brother, sister, it's 2021. Why don't I have Azan on your phone? This is made up. This sub sucks. Not the asshole. You shouldn't be using your savings for this guy's rent. Don't let anyone guilt trip you into helping him because this guy clearly doesn't respect you. Not the asshole. You shouldn't have been paying his rent at all ever, for one. Are you in student housing? If so, speak to NRA immediately. That guy needs to be moved out. If not, bring the other roomie into the loop and consider kicking the asshole out. Not the asshole. You have gone above and beyond to be a good friend to P. What P did was disgusting, to be honest. I have 2 Muslim colleagues and I've offered them a cup of water when I'm going to the cooler for myself by accident a couple of times, and I've felt terrible and immediately apologized when I've realized. To do that shit on purpose is vile. Not the asshole. It was disrespectful of him to act in this way. I would suggest you shouldn't be taking on financial support for a friend in this way anyway. You will need your savings yourself. Considering that fasting for Ramadan is important, and you've been kind to him, it's rather passive-aggressive that he would prank you like this. Not the asshole. He needs to pay his own rent, or go home to his parents. He doesn't sound like a good friend. Absolutely not the asshole. You're paying rent and cooking for your friend and he can't even respect your faith? That's another level of disrespect. Even a stranger doing that to you would have been disrespectful. And by the way, you shouldn't be paying and cooking for him. That's something he could at the very least do for you to show he's grateful. If you want to ease your mind a little, you could give him a few weeks to figure things out before cutting him off completely. But the danger with this option is that it'd be easier for him to convince you against it. Not the asshole. If he was really your friend he would respect you and your beliefs. Not the asshole. And #X200B. It is never an move to have someone else pay his own bills. And #X200B. It is a major moves to make someone break his religious rules for fun. Not the asshole. You should not financially supporting your roommate at all. Stop paying his rent altogether. I'm an atheist. I also know not to joke with people's religious routine. Not the asshole. Your roommate is more of a child than I am. Info. Why on earth are you paying rent and expenses for this person, and cooking for him? Not the asshole. What is fasting? Edit. Not the asshole. They seem like that one guy who tries to be the class clown but never succeeded at it. Not the asshole. This wasn't just a cruel joke. This was a mockery of your faith. The disrespect is appalling and he blatantly thinks nothing of using you and spitting on your generosity. I hope you get him out of your life soon. Not the asshole. This goes beyond ignorance to malicious intent. There is no way your roommate did not understand the significance of his actions, and if it was a prank ask him to explain why he thinks that it is considered funny. Not the asshole. I don't understand the correlation here. I have some savings so I pay most of the rent for one of my roommates p21. Why is it on you to pay for his rent because you have more money? Are you paying with your savings or are you paying with money you earn from a job? And why are you cooking his dinner, or is it that you were cooking this time and he cooks another time? A joke, or in this case, prank, is only funny if both parties laugh at it, but this joke was basically the same as insulting your beliefs. Info. Are shrimp halal? NTA. And the good news is while your roommate is a dick you didn't break your fast. I'd have to find the ruling, but slip-ups made in this type of situation and ones where you pretty much are on autopilot don't break the fast. And there is no blame upon you for that in which you have erred, but only for what your hearts intended. And ever is Allah forgiving and merciful. Quran 33-5. Not the asshole. People are free to believe or not believe in whatever they want, but one should never mess with someone else's religious practices. He was especially asshole for messing with you while you subsidize his living situation.